Boston.
Here.
Hutton. Here. Leahy. Here. Mendoza.
Here.
Pearsall. Here. Taylor. Here. 13 students.
I have a quorum. I have a motion for the minutes. Motion by Boston to approve minutes from January 6th, open and closed. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Mendoza.
Boston.
Yes.
Hutton.
Yes.
Leahy.
Yes.
Mendoza.
Yes.
Pearsall.
Yes.
Taylor. Yes.
Motion carried.
Did we move the flag down a little bit that way?
Yeah. It
Yeah,
used to be over here closer.
Yeah, because I was
Threw
looking
me
that
out.
way while I'm saying the pledge
Threw
of
me
allegiance,
out.
and I thought, oh, wait a minute.
I thought I could make this.
All right. You weren't technically on here, Steve, but why don't you?
No, not,
I mean, yeah, we got a quick meeting, but.
yeah, no worries. Jason Snyder, from the Quad City office, and I know Jerry, he bet you, I don't know if you've been to a board meeting.
I haven't been to a board meeting yet, no, but I think I met you like
Yeah.
last,
Was it last year?
late last spring, early summer,
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Can you hear me? Anyway, wanted Jason to come tonight. We've been out and about just making some calls week and a half ago. Stopped here and actually ran into Mike. Had some discussions, just casual discussions with Mike about the wastewater treatment plant. And I see that you've got on your agenda here to purchase some panels for those aerators.
Yeah.
So that would be a good thing, because it was one of the things Mike was talking about, that there's some freezing and equipment was showing some difficulties. But anyway, we provided Mike with some background information on the treatment plant, because he was having trouble finding documents. So
Yeah.
I got in and spent a couple hours and unpacked through some previous projects and found some documents and put them on a flash drive, and then Jason stopped back up. But just wanted to be here tonight to let you know that we had that conversation and that we're here. Jason and MSA are here to help you and Mike in any way when it comes to the wastewater treatment plant. And I did print out, I don't know if you've seen it, Jerry, the operations and needs report that we had done
No, I don't.
back in 2015. Mike's got a copy of it on that flash drive.
All right, that's fine.
But I didn't make multiple copies, but here's a copy of
All right.
kind of our findings from then. And it does,
10 years ago?
yeah.
15.
And it does talk about some of the improvements that were needed at that time and that had been made like the year before that report. And then it also talks about the improvements that I think were part of that loan that you just paid off.
Right.
And then there was recommendations for some other improvements, and a couple different options there that are in that.
Okay.
One being to make some improvements to new headworks building and to the aerators. And then the other option was to encourage you folks to look at a new wastewater treatment plant. Somewhere into the future. Well, 10 years is not into the future. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Wanted to introduce Jason, Senior Project Engineer out of our Quad City office. Tara's been here and you've gotten to know her. Angel Jacobs has been here working on your boat launch. And this is my last meeting. I'm retiring next Friday.
Good for you.
Oh, my.
Good for you.
Congratulations.
Good for you. Best job I ever
Happy
had.
for you.
You can still stop by and visit.
I told Susie and
Katie?
yeah, the other day, that I know the route. I know where the candy dish is at.
There you go.
Gotta keep a candy dish on the counter.
So,
Now,
anyway, I won't be a stranger.
good.
I just, you want to thank you for,
Thank you, Steve.
you know.
Thank you.
being-
Thank you.
Entrusted
Okay.
us as MSA and being part of your process here at Albany. So Coach Mendoza, I will see you on the sidelines. We're at Waldorf then,
Yeah.
but
Now, when is your last day at work?
next Friday.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if you have any questions for us tonight, Mike, or if you've got anything?
Are they gonna replace you or just let project teams take over?
Yeah, as of right now, it'll be staff, and we're growing that staff in the Quad City office. You'll probably be seeing Jason Moore and Tara Moore as we move forward, so.
So how many people you think it'll take to replace you? You have any idea?
I don't know, Jason.
We're still counting.
No, Steve, how often does grant funds become available in your history? How often does something become available to help us with the sewage treatment plant?
Your best bet right now is to look at IEPA and their SRF loan program.
Okay.
It's the same program we used for your water treatment plant and well upgrades.
Okay, like 1% type stuff or?
Right. Right now, their published interest rate is just over 2%. So it's ticked up just a little bit from, but you qualified for quite a bit of loan forgiveness
Right.
as well as a reduced interest rate on that project. When it was all said and done, so. There are other CDBG, community development block grant programs out there that you might be eligible for. Tara would be your person.
Can any of them be stacked with the revolving fund or not?
Yes.
Can they?
Yeah,
What's that? What is that?
SRF, state
state
revolving.
revolving fund.
Oh,
So blending, his point and question was, can you blend those, stack those together? And a lot of times you can,
Oh, okay.
so.
Is that a difficult process or?
Depends who you are. For MSA, probably not.
I got you. That is a bad question, I suppose.
It is a process.
Yes.
SRF, getting that loan, a couple of them, I think, that were on board, know the length of that process. Doing the preliminary engineering report, doing the grant or loan application, getting in the queue with the agency, and then working your way up on that funding list. You know, it can be a 2-year turn.
Really?
Yeah.
Happens
So-
fast.
Yeah, it happens now.
Anyway, again, if you need MSA, know that they're here. And I will definitely stop by for a candy jar and a cup of coffee.
Perfect.
You know where a lot of you live.
Yes, we
Give yourself
do.
a sip and
So-
chat.
Yeah, there you go.
But I think, you know, I don't know where you're at. I know it's on the agenda, but I think getting those panels in, on those aerators would be a good start.
Yeah, that needs done.
I don't know what kind
Well, we have a
of
motion.
cost you're looking at, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they dome those or digesters anymore?
Yeah, in
Do
some
they?
cases, you know.
Did they use like a tent type material or some plastic?
I know we looked at it years ago.
Turtle shell, I think years ago you guys had some panels, didn't you?
I know we talked about it, but I don't recall them ever being on. I don't know if anybody else remembers them or not, but I don't.
Panels, and there's hard shell, kind of tops that you can look at, and all sorts of materials. I mean, it's different for every system, every treatment plant, and
Yeah.
community. But, you know, if, Mike, if you run into issues, let Jason know. If you'd like us, I mean, send one of our wastewater treatment guys down, you know, take a look and.
Yeah, I mean, if you all wanna just meet with, like, me and Tara to figure out funding options for moving forward, I mean, just knowing it's gonna be a long process. If we do wanna work on these loans that we can qualify Albany for forgiveness on, or if we wanna just schedule our treatment plan experts to come down, and just kind of walk through with Mike, just to kind of get a needs assessment as well. Either one of those two steps can be the first step, and we're happy to help whenever.
Good, thank you. I think we'll need that help.
Yeah.
We're happy to help, that's for sure.
We talked about getting that needs assessment, right?
Yeah. There's a lot of needs in the plants, you know, I just, you know, when you quit throwing good money after bad, at some point you really gotta bite the bullet and look at the long term, because, you know, even a dome or something like that, it's not gonna be any good if you change your plant in a couple of years.
Right.
And you're only dealing with that maybe a month out of the year, it's really bad, the rest of the time.
Well, would you have a ballpark figure in your head, millions wise, on what it would cost to?
A new treatment plant?
Yeah.
Well, you're not as big as Savannah, or, what is your population?
850.
850. Savannah, we spent 10 million.
Yeah.
Mount Carroll was 12 million.
Wow.
So you're in the millions. I wouldn't even wanna guesstimate.
That's fine.
We would never go back with an activated sludge system, would we? I mean, based on our population and needs. I mean, I think that's why we ended up with this, is because they thought we were gonna grow. That was back in the 60s when there was a ton of people living here, but since then it's just went down, so.
We had built Savannah's, Mount Carroll's, and Fort Byron's were aeromod design, where the sludge is processed into, like Fort Byron's, their sludge at the end of the day after it's processed is dumped into the back of a dump truck, an old dump truck, and then hauled to the landfill.
So there's no wet processing at all?
And I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of it all, but in Savannah and Mount Carroll the same way. It's not the drying beds and land apply. I mean, you probably could if you wanted to. I mean, it's not as smelly and.
Yeah. Do other communities, and I don't know if we talked about it with you, but other communities have a backup land application? Because this year we kind of got behind the ball.
Well, Mike was mentioning that, you know, Leo was a little.
Huh?
Wasn't it,
Bernie.
or not Leo,
Yeah.
Bernie,
He was kind of
hesitant on it, and then kind of got behind on the process.
I mean, it'll be uncomfortable, you know, by spring, but we'll be able to get through it. I just was looking at, you know, can we get a permit for another location in addition, so if we can find someone willing.
I would say you probably could, and that would be something that we could quickly ask.
And we can figure that out, figure that out pretty quickly.
I just think, you know, and you never know when things change, and we, you know, at least going into the winter, you wanna have the tanks emptied as much as possible.
Right.
And right now, we got full beds and full tanks, so I don't know what we're gonna do.
You're full.
People have to quit the fishing.
Yep.
Put a moratorium on.
Yeah.
We're gonna start out with just every other day, but we may have to make it worse.
Anyway, thank you.
Yes, thank you for everything.
Congratulations.
Good luck.
Enjoy your retirement.
Yeah, take care of yourself.
Grandkids.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
Have a good night.
Yep, you too.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right. There are no other presentations. Mike, you got anything else?
No, that was kind of it. Floyd asked my question that I was gonna bring up about the loan stuff. Other than that, nothing really major going on. Trying to replace all the water meters. Thanks, Jason.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you again.
Going down the water meter list, replacing those. Still having some issues with computer systems. Me, Susie, and Katie are all trying to figure that one out right now. Doing a bunch of inventory at the shop, going through all our water, plumbing, electrical stuff, seeing what we have, what we don't have, what we're able to do. If we have a water main break or something, we're pretty much covered, unless we have them all over. But for the most part, we're pretty covered. No big expenses, I don't think, would come with any broken pipes. Fulton's already had a couple this year. We've been pretty. But yeah, other than that, nothing crazy is going on. I'm glad they showed up. It was kind of ironic. They showed up Tuesday. We had our board meeting the 6th. They showed up and met me the 7th, asking about the sewer plant. So it was kind of ironic. Maybe it was a blessing. Maybe it was a sales pitch. Maybe it was whatever it was. Who knows? But I just thought it was pretty ironic. And
Yeah.
they said that they'd show up tonight and talk to you guys. So that they did. I know we just paid off that other sewer loan that we had, and like Floyd was saying, you know, we're gonna start seeing a little bit of money coming in because we're not paying that bill every month. So kind of want to jump on this as soon as we can, because obviously he said it could be a 2-year wait before we could even get in the funding part. So I think we should probably be making some calls. I do have all that paperwork on file that he gave you. I haven't really looked at all of it. I looked at all the mapping and stuff that he was able to give me and everything. So I got that pretty dialed down and kind of see what I think needs to be replaced and stuff, but I'm not the expert on that. So when they said that they could bring somebody in and I could kind of explain exactly what's happening, and you know, I might be 100% right on exactly what it is. I just need someone to tell me on that. Other than that, I'm waiting for the 10 foot of snow that we're supposed to be getting here soon.
Not for the next 2 weeks.
The what?
No snow.
No snow for the next 2 weeks is what it said.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cold. No.
Yeah, we're prepared for any busted water mains or anything like that.
You remember when
Good.
Dino Doms, well, it wasn't Dino Doms then, it was, what's his name, they had it before them. Their water pipe froze.
Oh. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. There was a couple in town that froze too.
But other than that, that's about all. You guys have any questions?
No, I agree with you that we probably need to get serious about this sewage treatment plant, the plan. And then the most difficult part's gonna be figuring out how much to put in it now, like Jerry said, throwing good money after bad. So I don't know, but, you know, there could certainly be a reason for a rate increase in the future. And as a resident, I don't wanna see that, you know? We've gotta do what's right for this town. Unless somebody hits the lottery and wants to be generous.
Yeah.
All right, anything else, Mike?
No, that's
Yeah, who's next? Office, police, me, I don't have anything really to speak of, no building permits. Bill's not here. Clerk?
I have something that new business for you.
All right, here's these.
Budget officer?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass this around. I'm not saying these are gonna work. I've got a motion here ready to go for it, for, I think it's 10 of them, for $230 or something. Mike was gonna swing by today, isn't it 10? Pack of 10 or something?
Yeah.
10 pack. He was gonna swing by today and didn't have an opportunity at, what's it called, Tractor Supply? I don't know if these are pliable enough. I know nothing about them. We haven't laid hands on them, but they're supposed to be stronger than the old fiberglass ones and more UV resistant and so forth. So I was ready to make a motion to purchase no more than $1,000 worth of them, which I think you determined there's 12 footers there, these are 6 footers.
So
I don't know if they even make 12 footers, you know, I really don't know. Those would be easier to bend, I would think,
Right.
than 12 footers. But, I mean, I think it'd be nice to just go ahead and approve this, maybe these will work, maybe we'll find something before our next meeting that we can get ordered, by then we'll be warming up, so. I'm ready to put the motion forward to, spend up to 1,000 on these panels. Anybody have any other ideas?
So where the salt building?
No,
This is for the-
around the sewer plant
Oh,
from
sewer plant.
we have one around the,
I don't think so.
So you were just gonna look at them to
Maybe
see
we have
if
some
they
extras
would
here.
be
I was gonna say,
been around
doesn't the
acre
salt
on it.
shed need to be moved?
We had a new tractor
Yeah, that
supply
never
store
got
in
done.
Morrison, and, I called my daughter on the way home, and, she was taking a nap, and I'm like, you just got off of school, what the hell are you doing taking a nap? And she's like, we got out at half a day today, I'm like, I forgot about that. So I didn't have to get the kids after school, so I was gonna run and go check them out and then come back and get the kids and stuff, but the kids were already home with my father-in-law, so I had to get home.
I mean, I hate to spend even the money for one box of them and find out they're not gonna work for us.
Is this,
But like Joyce said, maybe these will work for the salt shed as well, or
That's-
the, you
yeah,
know.
that's a
let me see that
possibility.
again.
But you would be able to look at them beforehand and
So
decide if they would
tomorrow,
work.
by Friday, I
instead
will
of-
be able to get my hands on it.
Yeah, provided they have those, some there that you can look at and touch and so forth, you'll have that done by then, right? I'm ready to put this forward for that, but again, I don't think we need to buy $1,000 worth right now. It'd be nice to know that they're gonna work.
Right,
What
because
we'll
the
have-
ones that we actually have around, they do work, because the 84 side is freezing up, the river side is not, with the panels around, so it is effective. I kinda wish I almost I almost thought about taking off half of them on the building side,
Yeah,
and then covering up the other side, so at least the
Yeah.
building,
Yeah.
kind of blocks a little bit of it, so we can kind of taper it off, but
you want this? Yeah, that's what Lee's thinking.
But they are brittle, and the more you put screws in them or take them off, they start.
Oh, I'm
cracking.
sure.
Brittle from age or just brittle by
Just-
nature?
Age and, yeah, nature.
And those ones there are fiberglass?
Yeah.
The old fiberglass?
Yeah.
Well, again, I mean, truth in advertising, right? I don't know whether these are stronger or last longer than the fiberglass, but they claim they do. And maybe we're not looking for that many years out of them, I don't know.
No other thoughts or ideas on something other than these panels? I mean,
Not necessarily.
How about,
Unless we had something
how about
else
if you
that
had
we-
took some type of scaffolding type thing around it with nylon, you know, wrapped around that, but you know, like parachute type nylon or something. You know what I mean, just scaffold poles mounted every now and then. I don't know how much money you're getting into.
well, we have a railing all the way
There is a
around.
railing.
So we have something to mount to. We just need an appropriate
Need the
material.
shield, we just need the shield.
Maybe, is there a tent place around here? I don't know, or on, you know, awning place that,
They're not cheap
that
either.
might, yeah, I don't know.
They make that rolled foil insulation. It's not gonna last very long, but
Yeah, the elements you mean?
yeah. But, it's mainly a windshield and just kind of
Yeah.
trap that heat from the digestion process in there and just enough to keep it from freezing.
I don't know.
Anybody thinks of anything, but yeah.
I'll get my hands on it by Friday and I'll let you know if they're gonna.
Perfect.
Or not. But
Something like a styrofoam insulation wouldn't work.
it's gotta be
As long as
plywood.
it was, yeah, then,
I guess we could possibly get a bunch of, like, I don't know, 2-inch insulation, but I don't know how I brace that, so,
right.
you know, and it'd be like, it wouldn't be.
And we do have to consider the aesthetics a little bit of it.
Right.
It is right.
That's what I thought, that roll metal insulation, it's metal backed or aluminum backed, and again, it would form nicely and look reasonably well, but I'm just afraid it wouldn't last. You might be replacing it every year. I'm not even sure what's the height of that, probably 3 feet?
Those are only 2 feet, well, these aren't, I don't believe.
No, these would be a little bit smaller width, but, I mean, anything would help really, you know. But yeah, I think the other ones would be like 6 inches bigger or whatever.
I don't know, whatever you think's proper, we can do this and say we'll spend up to 1,000, or we can just all agree that when he finds something, he can order it, and we, you know, I don't know what's.
Well, you have to have an ag cap on it.
He said 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Wouldn't be the first time we've made a motion to spend money and didn't spend money, so.
Right. Yeah, I have a motion by Boston to purchase panels for sewage treatment plant not to exceed $1,000. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Leahy?
Boston,
Yes.
Hutton,
Yes.
Leahy,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Pearsall,
Yes.
Tetra.
Yes.
Motion carried. I have a motion by Boston to approve treasurer's report and finance comparison report for December 2024. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Ooh,
Good, second.
that's a tough call.
Doesn't matter.
Got a rock, paper, scissors.
Boston,
Yes.
Hutton,
Yes.
Leahy,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Pearsall,
Yes.
Tetra.
Yes.
Motion carried. I have a motion by Boston to pay accounts payable for the checks on 12/6, 12/12, 12/20, and 12/30. And then also payroll for the 5th and the 20th. And time sheets for 11/16 through 30 and 12/1 through 12/15. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Joyce.
These two were
Take
thinking.
wrong.
Ready for the win.
Boston,
Yes.
Hutton,
Yes.
Leahy,
Yes.
Mendoza,
Yes.
Pearsall,
Yes.
Tetra.
Yes.
Motion carried.
That's all I have.
Police, Teresa?
Hutton,
Streets, Aaron?
Nothing at the moment.
Utilities, Carrie.
No.
Cemeteries, Pam.
Nothing.
And ordinance, Joyce.
No.
Okay, I like that. Now comes the hard part, old and new business.
Oh, why did you look at me?
Just waiting.
Hard to give a
I
point.
have one thing for old business. From the last meeting, we talked about, this cable that was dug up. For Frontier. I don't know if you've all heard that, but Susie got hold of risk management. It turns out that there's no 2-year statute of limitations for municipalities. It's 1 year, and they missed that window by several months. So they've sent, risk management has sent Frontier a letter saying, sorry, but you can't go after us for this because you took too long. I don't know where that's gonna land, but that's what they're saying, and it sounds, obviously they know what they're talking about. She references the Tort Immunity Act to them, so.
So could we move forward fixing that horrible hole in that sidewalk now then?
I think we could have always moved, what do you mean?
I tried to move forward on that when I first got on the board and I was told I couldn't because of that cable.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think first of all we have to fill the hole.
Yeah, was part of it, yeah.
Yeah.
That was part of the reason we couldn't do it, because they need to fill the hole in and then,
Yeah, I don't, did you ever get a chance to go look at that thing? No, that's all right. Yeah, I don't know, I haven't looked at it in, I haven't looked at it in a year anyway, so, excuse me, I don't know. But that's all.
Tuesday morning about 4 o'clock in the t-shirt.
Didn't they have cable wire
Oh,
hanging there?
did I say
They did
that?
for a while.
Oh, I lied.
Do they still have that, Aaron?
What?
Have you noticed, at one time, they had a roll of wire mounted?
Oh, a
up,
spool of.
Yeah, like hanging there?
I didn't get that deep into the hole. Is it visible?
No, I mean,
No,
kind of
it's-
hanging outside of it,
Oh.
like
I don't remember.
access.
I haven't been down there in a minute. I'll have to go take a peek.
I have, but I haven't noticed it.
What is that? What's the physical address? Anybody know? It's on Bluff. I just don't remember the.
Yeah, all right, this doesn't reference it, I don't believe. Not that I see.
500 comes to my mind, I
Yeah.
don't know why. 500 something?
87, it's 700, 709 roughly, Mike?
Okay.
That's Sherry's house, and then it's kind of right here, right?
Yeah.
I don't have pictures of that rolled up, well, maybe I do.
Yeah, I'll send you
That's how it happened.
What's under that?
That's a bunch of cables.
Yeah, see, there's a bunch of wires and stuff hanging out of that
When was that taken?
July 7th of,
Oh,
last summer.
so, I mean,
I think there's some finishing up from Frontier that needs to be done before we start.
that's from right after it happened, or right after?
yeah, July
Well,
6th.
that was my concern, was
July
them going and fixing it, and then they didn't do what they
Yeah, 'cause
wanted to do.
Does somebody live in the house?
live in that house.
And is Frontier your
Oh.
phone or your
Is that
cable
the,
or?
is that the house where they
This
cleaned
is-
up all the stuff around it? You're talking about
No,
this?
that's a White House.
Oh,
This
this
one
one
is
is.
Sherry's house, it's right across the street right there.
I don't know, but if
I
I
can't miss
remember.
the side where
correctly,
it's
It's on that side.
Right next to
Yeah,
it.
across the street.
Yep.
It's the house that Sherry Price has been cutting all the weeds down and, because
Yeah,
you
that's
couldn't
what-
even get in the door.
Katie's house.
Yeah. So that looks nice now. But this one is like a slate blue or something, isn't it, or gray? The house with the hole in the yard?
Yeah, it wasn't that far from the old house, but I don't know who lives there now.
That's all I have. All right. Any other old business? How about new business?
I have emailed everybody out this security awareness, cybersecurity training. It's just 10 pages, you gotta read and then sign the 11th page and give me that copy. Then we'll just, it's an annual training we're supposed to take, and it's just really simply reading through this document and got all our maintenance guys all up to speed on it already, so I'm happy about that.
February 8th deadline?
Yeah, I put that deadline, and there's not any set in stone deadline, it's just, I wanted to put an end date to it, so I tried to set it for a month, but
Gotcha.
Did you just
I'll
email
remind you
that?
if we don't,
Yeah.
if I don't see them. And if you do get it done, and there's blank sheets you can sign in the office, the
Yeah.
girls can give you one of those and you can just sign off on it and be done with it too, so.
Got a printer
Do you
in
sign
there,
it on the
so.
screen?
No, it's actually, it's just one sheet that has the signature on it, and on the top it says this is cybersecurity training. Print your name, sign it, and date it. We'll put them in your files.
Okay.
And the girls have those?
They have those signed, the signature sheets, so
Okay.
if you see it in your email, read it, then just come in and sign it.
It was like January 8th, it looks like, so if you look for.
Yeah, I set it for a month, so yeah, January, I sent it out. That's it for me.
Any other new business? Does anybody have any experience with this, they're calling it here radiant barrier bubble aluminum foil reflective insulation? You can get a roll, 48-inch by 100-foot roll for $122.
That'd be sweet. Where'd you find, where
That's Home Depot.
Home Depot?
Yeah, I seen another one, Oops, let's see if I go back.
Foil?
Here's a 10 millimeter, which is essentially, oops, no, I went too far, damn it.
Well, that's pretty substantial.
Yeah, here's a 36 inch by, you can get it by, like I said, 10 millimeter, which is a little over 3/8 of an inch thick. So that's, you know, that's pretty
That's
stout.
pretty robust.
But that's 36 by 20 foot rolls, but that's only $36, so.
Maybe that's the way to go. I like
Again,
that idea too. It's
I don't know
awful.
how it will hold
Hold
up
up.
with the weather, if the foam material that's sandwiched in between the aluminum foil layers
Yeah.
will soak up a bunch of water and then just end up drooping down and falling off, or how sturdy, you know, you at least have to get those, whatever they call them, fender washers, the great big washers, to screw it in with. But I think it's something to look at,
Yeah.
and you can get a roll of it for relatively cheap and try it.
It's
This one is out here, you can look at
the
it.
shiny aluminum, so
Yeah.
it might be, like in the morning, it might be a little bit of a reflector for people.
Solar.
But,
How are we attaching that?
Like I said, I would just use like a sheet metal screw of some description, or a wood screw with a big
Big
fender
washer.
washer that would, you know, hold it on there.
Don't burn down my house with the reflection.
Yeah. It is corrugated, so it should break it up a
Something
little
out here
bit.
around.
Go get a tan, yeah.
seems like that'd be less labor intensive putting
Oh,
out something
yeah,
like that.
and just roll it up there, it's gonna be
Yeah.
form fitting, you may
Yeah.
end up having to place some screw material in between the
Mhm.
post,
Mhm.
to keep it from, you know, blowing in the wind as
I was gonna say, is there some sort of an upright that would keep it from wanting to fold in?
There's a ring on it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I'll have
Okay.
to sandwich them in somehow, but that shouldn't be a problem. We got plenty of wood upstairs in our shop. We can use just 2x4s really, just come to length and pin.
I'm all for that.
It's worth a shot, and again, it's got an aluminum foil backing on it, so it won't look completely horrible, it won't be like we got pieces of unpainted panel, or, you know, plywood up there. So.
Yeah, we'll check it out, definitely.
Is the Christmas lights still up?
On the tree, the big tree, yes, and the gazebo. They're still up, but yeah, we will, they're very valuable, so we will take very good care of
Well,
them. And we will reuse those next year.
I don't know if you have time, it looks like Friday, it's supposed to be almost 50 degrees, if you want to pull those snowflakes.
We did see that.
When it's golf.
Wow.
And, okay, one other question, the fire department, now, they have their own committee, right, like their own board? Okay, so, I might have asked this before and I forgot, are we responsible for salting and plowing them?
I've read different things.
I have
The last
too.
thing I read in the old minutes was that we have some intergovernmental agreement with them. That was stated by Danny in here years ago. And that's, I'm sure I could locate it again, but that's the most recent one I found.
Oh, because,
Well, we've discussed it.
I did it the first time, when we first had snow and ice or whatever, I did it, and then I wasn't 100% sure. And then the lady was out there cleaning off her car, and I stopped and talked to her, and she said that they had somebody that did it.
See,
Well,
that's what I
nobody's done
thought
it
too.
since,
Okay.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I drive by there and I'm like,
I don't know
Do
if
I
Nate was
do
doing
this? Do
it,
it.
Trickle, when he was, I really don't
I don't
remember.
know.
I think we've been doing it. My
I mean,
basic
I
concern
feel
is-
like I should,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I almost feel guilty that I haven't been doing it, to be honest with you. But I don't know if that's protocol for me to do that.
211.
But
Maybe
ever
just
since
call
that,
them and
I don't
ask.
even know what lady.
Well, someone hit me up at Wayne's thing the other day if Leo had talked to me, and then I seen Leo later, and he didn't say anything to me, so I don't know. But he was questioning whether we were gonna do it. You said you've already did it, so I don't know where, you get lots of different stories. Here's my only issue with any of it, is we should do it, I think, but we need to have an agreement and be indemnified if we hit the building.
Break something?
And we
Yeah.
haven't found any agreement with us and this
Yeah.
fire department. I've seen with police, but not anything for fire. But we can do it, right one up.
I mean, what little there is, I mean, they can do the cleanup themselves,
Right.
but, you know, the, getting, you know, in front of the main doors, just get it pushed back, at least so they can do the cleanup. But I've seen, like, you know, private trucks over there plowing too, so I don't know who's doing what.
I think
Yeah.
Jason Manning did it
Yeah.
a couple
I was gonna
times.
say, I know that they had their own people.
I can reach out to Leo if someone wants, or just the fire department in general.
I just didn't want someone to be all upset, you know what I mean? So, like, everything looks good except for the fire department, so. Wanted to clear that up, I guess.
The streets look really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I heard a lot of compliments about
Mhm.
it this time.
Hope you don't jinx us with the
Yeah.
10 inches now.
No.
It's too
I said foot, I said
too
foot.
long, darn cold to snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, February 11th, 2019, Danny said the village has an intergovernmental agreement with the fire department for plowing.
Well, but where is
Does
it?
he own
Well,
the fire
I-
department?
That's
I mean,
all
he
I
can say
have.
whatever he wants.
That's all I have.
Well, I know the issue came up a lot of years ago, and I don't remember what the resolution was. Yeah, like I said, at minimum, we would need to be indemnified if something happened.
Yeah.
How do we go about doing that? It's just- oh,
I'll just reach out to Leo and see what he remembers, or Janet, or anybody else that answers down there. I seen her there the other day. Don't
There
think
is
she's-
one she would have.
Are you having any trouble, Mike, with any parked vehicles in the way when you are plowing, or
No.
markers, or?
Couple markers, we haven't got that much snow to really
Right.
need to, you know,
Yeah.
push it in. Well, it's coming, I know it's gonna come, it's just a matter of when, but,
I see you have markers in the cemetery.
yeah, all the markers are up in the cemetery.
Nice.
There's a few homes that have a couple markers, like your neighbor behind you has those, but, haven't had to really hit them or move, you know, snow that far into them, so, if I see them outside when I'm driving around or something, I'll stop and talk to them, you know, but
Well, I think most of them are placed on village property anyway.
they all are. They're all on our,
That's all right, I just
so,
didn't want to put it your way.
but I don't wanna break them, you know, or I don't wanna hit them and break them, so I'll definitely, talk to the people and just explain to them, hope that I get a good response back. You know, and,
Or they
any-
purposely hit them the next time.
or, you know, and I already told the guys, you know, if we get into the yards a little bit and stuff, that's our job in the spring, is to go back and rake it all out and get the gravel out, and, you know, throw down some more grass seed.
Bestow my heart, that's never happened in all the years I've lived.
I'm so
You keep that up.
Yeah, I mean, that's our use, I mean, that's our land, you know, we don't have to maintain it, really, the homeowner.
No, but just what you said would be nice, cause
Right.
they've scalped my yard every year
Exactly.
since I've moved here, so.
And then you gotta go mow it, and then there's rust.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the water accumulates there, yeah.
And that's why people are putting those markers up.
Yeah,
You
yep.
know what I mean, so, yeah, we'll.
But they're all right next to the street.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know how
Yeah,
he got
you
them
wouldn't
in
even
there,
be
to
able to
honest with
plow.
you. I don't even know how he got them in there.
I was gonna say, there's concrete under there. I don't know
Because
if
it
you
was
get a
hard getting them
marker.
up at the cemetery.
Yeah, you
We
have
had
to
to
go
get that
so
long
far
drill
away.
bit. We had to
Yeah.
get
Oh,
a
really?
12-inch drill bit just to drill down in there to get them.
I can't
That's
back
after
it.
frost?
I gotta go up that far back.
After the frost, you put them in, or?
Yeah.
Well, Friday might be the day to take them out because it'll be warm enough.
True.
Yeah, we're gonna have a burial probably here pretty soon too, so I'll let you know more tomorrow. Anything else? New business, where are we at? Visitors? Jason? Or Josh? What is it? Jason, right?
Jason.
Josh is your brother, I know.
Jason.
I do that every meeting, and sooner or later I'll learn. Yeah, if nothing else, I will take a motion to adjourn.
We have one,
Yep.
I figured we would.
You got that,
You saw that we got approved. It wasn't, it was received and.
You don't.
Yeah, paid back.
Okay, I'm just saying, I was gonna wait till I saw you to ask you.
Who seconded?
Huh?
Who seconded?
I got it.
Well, mine, yeah, I was.
We don't have to fight.
gonna say, I like my legs, don't throw the house.
Yeah, seen them at Menards, but I don't know if they're just long
Okay.
enough to flex around the railing.
Gary told me that.
Big guys knocking on my door, I'll just get the money out, hand it to him.
With gold chains.
Right.
You know,
Hey, if I had that,
That's what was always there, yeah.
I can call some of my,
I have a motion to adjourn at 6:43, motion by Hutton, do I have a second? All in
oh,
favor?
sure, now Joyce is jumping at it.
on top,
I was watching you and your mouth start going.
You think they got them on the shelf at Menards?
Last time I was at Menards, it was